Hi, everyone, and welcome to Bob Proctor's 5-Day Form Financial. This training is where you're going to take your quantum leap in 2021, and we are thrilled to be here with you. I'm Mikey Stiller, the Chief Officer and Director of Marketing for the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and I am so excited to be your host this week as we go through this incredible training with Bob Proctor. Now, a couple of housekeeping items before I turn it over to the man himself. There has been a lot of questions about Success Advisor. Everyone to hang tight. We designated a success advisor for every person in this training. It's something really special done, and we are very happy to ensure that you get the most out of this week. Most already received your success advisor in your email. If you haven't, check your email again. If you still need your success advisor, you can comment in a separate thread, I need my success advisor. We have a whole team of people, the group, and can tell you who your success advisor is. So do not email customer service. Don't private message me. Put it in the group so that we have a whole team of people that can help your answer as quickly as possible. Now for the schedule. We are going to be going live right here, this group, at 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday week with a different topic every single day. And we have an amazing training plan for you. There is going to be some exciting appearances. There's going to be a full Q&A on Friday that you're not going to want to miss. And we'll have a really exciting announcement for you. So make sure that you don't miss any of the live training. Get on here as often as you can. I also want to answer the question about replays. As soon as the for each day, there will be a replay immediately available in the group, but that is only for a very short amount of time. All of the replays from this training are going to come down on Monday of next week. So if you can't make a live training, or if you make the live training and you still want to watch the replay, make sure that you watch it as quickly as possible before those replays come down. Next, I'd love if everyone would comment on the thread below. Let us know where you're joining us from and what your goal is for this week. We are so excited to get to know as many of you as possible. Now I'm going to hand it over to the man himself, Bob Proctor.
Well, thank you, Mikey. It's a real pleasure for me to be here with you on this. Thank you, Scott. There we go. I'm going to share some ideas with you that could change the course of your life forever. I had a man sit down with me a long time ago. In fact, it's 60 years ago this year. And he gave me this book, but he also gave me some direction. And some of what he told me, I'm going to share with you today. And if you will do what I did, I followed his direction. He said, your way's not working, why don't you try mine? Now, I'm not telling you your way's not working because I don't know what your way is, but he knew what mine was. He looked at what I was doing, at the results I was getting, and I was not doing well. I just was not doing well. And he said, Bob, do you ever think of changing the results you're getting? You know, I've talked about this on many occasions, and I don't know as I ever did. I don't think I ever even thought of results. What are you talking about, results? Well, he was talking about the money I earned. He was talking about my relationships. He was talking about my relationship with myself, my own self-esteem. And I never thought of any of those things. He got me reading this book. I never read anything like this. In fact, I didn't ever read anything at that time. And I got listening to Earl Nightingale on recordings, on little plastic records. And he was talking about how you can win, how you can live the way you really want to live. I never heard anybody talking about that. Now, keep in mind, the area that I grew up in, no one really had much of anything. And you're looking at me and you say, well, you're an old guy, Bob. I am an old guy now, but I wasn't an old guy then. I was just a young guy and I was full of fire, and man, I was really going to make things happen. But I was always going in the wrong direction. Now I'm going to put up a screen and show you something here, Scott. Look at this for a moment. Ray sat down with me and he said, Bob, let this R represent results that you're getting in your life. Then he put two H's and a W. And he said, let that represent happiness, health, and wealth. And he said, do you think I'm a happy guy? And I said, yeah, you seem pretty happy to me. He said, have you ever seen me when I was broke? I had never seen him broke. In fact, this guy always had a roll of money on him. He said, have you ever seen me when I was sick? Had to say no to all those things. He said, Bob, you've got to be one of the most miserable guys I've ever met. And he said, you're always broke. And he said, you've always got a cold or a headache or something. He said, why don't you change your results? Well, you know, I'm going to be God's honest with you. I was 26 years old. The idea of my results, changing my results, never entered my mind. I think I was like an awful lot of people. I would just wake up in the morning and I would go about whatever I was doing, go about my business. And go to bed at night, get up and do the same thing the next day. The idea to sit down and decide how much I wanted to earn or how I wanted to live or where I wanted to live, none of those thoughts ever entered my mind. But they didn't enter my mind. They didn't enter the mind of anybody that I knew. The people I hung around with, we were all on the same track. Now, he got me reading this book, Think and Grow Rich. And the first thing he got me to do was sit down and decide something I want, write it on a card, and carry the card in my pocket. Now, I have little plastic sleeves I do with this with cards today. And I wrote on the card, I want to have in my possession, by New Year's Day of 1970, $25,000. Now, I wrote that in the card in 1961. I gave myself damn near a decade to do it. See, I really didn't believe it was going to happen. I think I was sort of humoring him. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? I'm humoring him. I'm broke. He's the guy with the money and the wisdom. And it shows you how mixed up I was. And I wrote $25,000 on the card. I mean, I didn't know anyone with $25,000. If you had taken all the money that I had and everybody had in my particular social circle, there wouldn't have been $25,000. We didn't even know anyone that had that kind of money. In today's money, that would be maybe $25 billion. I mean, it was a fantasy. It was just sheer fantasy. And he said, Bob, you can have anything you want. He said, this whole universe operates in a very orderly way. And he said, if you understand the laws by which the universe operates, you can literally have anything you want. He said, just do exactly what I tell you. Now, at that time, I was earning $4,000 and I owed $6,000. See, I was in a bad spot. But I'm going to tell you something. 1 year later, I was earning $175,000 a month, or a year. I was earning $12,500 a month. My life had changed so dramatically in that 1 year. Now, I want you to think for a moment. How do you really want to live? How do you really want to live? Where do you want to live? What do you want to do with your life? Forget about what's going on in your outside world. How do you want to live? You see, I started to follow this book, Think and Grow Rich. In 1984, I wrote this book, You Were Born Rich. And this has got the pattern that I followed at that time. In fact, Mikey, can you give this to everybody that's online?
Absolutely, Bob. We'll put a link in this this thread right here.
Okay,
yes.
Thanks, Mikey. Now, you can take this and read it. You Were Born Rich. Then I got a hold of a book. It's called You Too Can Be Prosperous. Now, this book is probably out of print, but if you look for it, you'll find it. I love the way he started this book. Listen carefully to this. He said, the prosperity idea. Where's the money coming from? How am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to get a new car? Why don't I get a better job? Why can't I move on faster? Why don't I earn a decent salary? Why can't I be successful? Why don't I get ahead? Why am I always broke? And then he said, do you really want to know? Do you really want to do something about it? Do you really want to throw off the shackles of limitation and poverty? Then prepare yourself for one of the most thrilling and interesting experiences you've ever made. Over the next 5 days, we're going to break down for you what you have to do to live any kind of a life you want. Now, I want you to think about what I'm saying, because this can change your life like night and day. 5 days to a totally different life. Now, I've been doing this for a long time. You saw that slide up there? For 60 years. It was on the 21st of this month. I've been doing this for 60 years. You just throw that slide up, Scott, please. I want you to think. Really think about this. All right? Now, what are you going to do with your life? Okay, thank you, Scott. Now, I'm going to throw some slides up here, and I want you to look at them for a moment. School gave you valuable knowledge. However, school never taught you anything about paradigms. Therefore, you frequently don't do what we already know how to do. Now, I want you to think about this. We have superior knowledge, inferior results. Therefore, we go around in a very confused state. Now, we use a little model. And we tell you that big circle represents your mind and the little circle represents your body. The school jammed all kinds of information in your conscious mind. You've got a ton of information. This is what explains a person coming out maybe with a master's or a doctorate in commerce and finance, and they're broke. They may have a master's in business administration and they can't find a good job. You're going to find people with phenomenal formal educations, and yet they're struggling. Why? Well, look at this for a moment. You see that R down there, the results? Why do they get those results? Because there's a paradigm in your subconscious mind. And that paradigm is what controls your results. And if you're going to change your results, if you really want to change the results, there's only one way to do it. You've got to change the paradigm. Now, over the next 4 or 5 days, we're going to show you a lot about how to do that. And when you see it, you're going to find out that your whole universe has been operating by law. Your life is controlled by a law. Now, we're talking, first of all, starting out here, we're going to talk about money. That's what I'm going to talk about today. Because I know one thing. If you haven't got any money, your mind is not where it should be. Your mind is trying to figure out how to pay the bills, how to pay the rent. We see that all over the world today. People losing their place of living because they haven't got the money to pay rent. You are in one of the most marvelous times in all the history of civilization. Anyone can become financially independent if they follow this law of compensation. So watch it really carefully as I go through this with you. The law of compensation is very clear. The amount of money you earn will always be in an exact ratio to, number one, the need for what you do, number two, your ability to do it, and number three, the difficulty there will be in replacing you. Now, number one is the need for what you do. Is there a great need for what you do? I'm going to tell you something. There's a great need for what I do. People all over the world today are trying to figure out how to win. We show them. If you're working what I'm working at, you would have a real field day right now. Then it's your ability to do it. And if you get really good at something, you're going to be very difficult to replace. You see, the only thing you have to focus on is your ability to do it. Become a master at whatever you do. Now look at this for a moment. There are just 3 strategies for earning money. Just 3. You might want to jot this down because it's pretty important. M1, M2, and M3. Now, if you're listening to me right now and you have children, this is the strategy you want to teach the children. You want to teach them M3 because that's the only one that works. I stumbled on that way back in the 60s. And that's how my income went from $4,000 to $175,000 a year. And I did that in the first year. I didn't even know very much. Now look at this for a moment. M1 is a terrible strategy, but it's used by 96% of the population. Why would so many people do this? They don't know any better. They've been raised. That's part of their paradigm. They trade their time for money. It's the 9-to-5 syndrome, so much an hour. Trading their time for money, it's a strategy that won't work. It's never worked. That's why there's so many people trying to make it. Number 2 is a good strategy, but it's only used by 3 people out of 100. And that's the one where people invest money to earn money. M3 is a strategy that I stumbled on. I've been teaching it all over the world for a long time. You may have seen this, but are you doing it? See, you may have seen me present this, but are you doing it? That's the question you got to ask yourself. And this one here is where 1% of the population use this, but they earn 96% of all the money. Now, I think you have an innate awareness that there's a very small group of people. They do very, very well in life, and most other people struggle. Well, this 96% follow a pattern. Now, look carefully at this, because this pattern is very important. These people multiply their time by setting up multiple sources of income. Thanks, Scott. Now, think about that for a moment. Multiple sources of income. It's a good concept. Listen, PGI's formula for financial freedom is a phenomenal formula. We can show you how to turn your annual income into a monthly income. Now, that may sound like an exaggerated statement, but it's not. I can show you how to do that. I've been teaching that for a long, long time. If anybody will follow my direction, I guarantee I can show them how to become financially independent. PGI's formula for financial freedom will help you do that. Now look at this can be accomplished by having multiple sources of income. Now think about what I'm saying for a moment. You can have multiple sources of income. You don't have one, you have all kinds of sources of income. Okay? Now pay attention here. I've studied this for many, many years, for the last 60 years. And you know what I have found? You can go right back to the ancient Babylonians, way back in biblical times. Wealthy people have always had multiple sources, not one, many, many sources of income. Now, I'm telling you, this is something I stumbled on in the 60s. I had no formal education, I had no business experience, but I stumbled on this idea, and my whole world changed. And you know something? Our world is changing, and it's changing at a very rapid clip. Now, I want you to give me your undivided attention here. Watch this really carefully. Pay really close attention to this. Our world is not getting bigger. Our world is getting smaller. It's getting smaller. You can have business all over the world when you decide to make a quantum leap to financial freedom. Now think of that. A quantum leap to financial freedom. Now listen, I don't care what your financial situation is. I really don't care what it is. Just look at me for a minute. Thanks, Scott. I want you to really pay attention here. You're thinking, Bob, you don't even know where I'm at. I don't care where you're at. I know where I was at when I got this information. I was struggling. I had 2 months high school. I had no formal education, none. I had a bad work record. I really did. I mean, there was a couple of places I only held a job for a day. I worked in bars and factories. I mean, I was struggling. I was just a useless guy. And that one guy gave me some information and poof, my life turned around like night and day. Now, watch this real carefully. What you want is to make a quantum leap to financial freedom. You set up multiple sources of income. You say, well, how do I do that? We teach you how to do that. We'll help you do that. Now pay attention. You can have business all over the world. With the internet today, you are all over the world. Your phone, pick up your phone, you can run your business off your phone. Now pay attention. These are all sources of income. I don't know how many sources you've got now, but I do know this. You can multiply them. Always. More and more sources of income. Between now and 4 or 5 days from now, if you will do exactly what we tell you, your whole world's going to change. I'm going to tell you, I've got a great reputation in this area. Our company, the Proctor Gallagher Institute, is known globally. It's known globally for what we do. Now, I'm going to show you something here, and I'm going to explain something to you that'll change your life forever. You can have everything you want with PGI, Proctor Gallagher Institute. This company has developed into one of the most magnificent organizations in the world. We help people all over the world change their lives. You see, you and I are God's highest form of creation. There's nothing on this planet that will equal us. Now, we've been taught that through religion and through science, but we don't really understand it. Our paradigm has been controlling our life. We will show you how to do that. I have so many people say, Bob, I would love to do what you're doing. You can do what I'm doing. Do you know, I sat down one day in Chicago. I was living in Glenview, Illinois, in a house on Maplewood Lane. And I took my pen and I said, I am going to build a company that operates all over the world. The Procter Gallagher Institute today operates in 91 different countries. I don't know what you're doing, but if you'd like to do what we're doing, I'm going to show you how. And I'm going to tell you everything will change. Now put this up full screen, Scott. See all those sources of income? They don't come to us. You know where they go? They all go to one place. They go to your bank, not ours, your bank. Think about that. From all over the world, that comes to your bank. It is just like magic. There's no end to what you can do. Absolutely no end. Now, ask yourself how you're living. How do you really want to live? What do you really want to do? Now, I've thrown a lot of information at you in a very short period of time. But you know something? I had a lot of information thrown at me in a very short period of time. And I wasn't the smartest guy in town by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, if you registered just for this 5-day class that we're giving you here, you're way ahead of where I was. I mean, I didn't know enough to come in out of the rain. And yet, today, I have a partnership in a company that operates worldwide. I have a business partner, Sandy Gallagher, she was a securities attorney, a very bright lady. Financially, she's got the smarts. She really understands money. The two of us have developed a company. We have the most phenomenal staff of people, and we operate all over the world. And we are looking for people all the time who want to work with us, who want financial freedom, and is prepared to step out and say, I can do this. Now, if you'll stay with us for the 5 days, I've just covered money here very quickly. Very quickly. I just wanted to leave you with the idea. We know how, and we can show you how. And at MSIs, we show you how to do that. You see, most people think they go to work to earn money. That is the very worst way to earn money. I want you to think about it for a moment. We've been taught that. Go to work to earn money. That's not how you earn money. You earn money by providing service. You go to work for satisfaction. If you're not in love with what you do, you're wasting your life. And so far as we know, we only get one bite at the apple. I don't know anybody that's on their second trip. Oh, I know I've studied reincarnation. I don't know anybody that can prove to me they were here before. But we're here now, and we can live the life we really want to live. And that's what the Procter Gallagher Institute is really all about. We've got a phenomenal team of people here. Now, I don't know if you took notes on what we've covered here in the last 25, 30 minutes. But if you did, think of what we said. By law, you can get what you want. Everything in this universe operates by, like the winter never follows winter. That's the seasons. That's part of the laws. Well, your income operates by law, your happiness and your health. Now, Mikey will tell you before we leave today what we're going to cover tomorrow, but we're going to cover a very interesting subject. But before we go there, I want to turn this over to our Senior Vice President of Sales. This guy is really good. He joined us many years ago, and he studied what we're teaching like a scientist. He's going to show you or give you some suggestions on what you should do just with what we've heard here today. So I'm going to turn it over to him. Very good friend of mine, Arash Fusagi.
Thanks, Bob. While Bob was talking, I was just thinking back 12 years of when I was on a phone with him and I was really struggling. And Bob said to me, he said, "What is it that you really want?" Just like he was talking today, he said, "How do you really want to live?" Well, at that moment, I just wanted to create freedom and any type of freedom from where I was. And he told me, he said, "A quantum leap is your birthright to financial freedom if you make the decision." And he said it again today. It took me back 12 years. And I want everybody there right now to accept that idea. You deserve financial freedom and you deserve to create a quantum leap in your life. So once you make that decision, and you want to make it like this: I am going to create financial freedom. I don't need to worry about how it's going to happen. I don't know where it's going to come from, but you've got to make that decision in the moment. Because when we make a decision, your mind starts focusing on, number one, how you can do it. And number two, the way will show itself. Bob was talking about a lot of really important topics that I took notes that I wanted to share with you. Number one is, if you're going to change your results, you must change your paradigm. And, a paradigm is what is controlling us. It's controlling me. It controls my results. It controls your results. It's the primary cause of our result. It impacts our ability to earn money. It impacts our use of time, our productivity, and our effectiveness. Now, today we're talking a lot about money. So I wanted to ask you guys a couple questions. Number one, what is your relationship to money? It's a great question to ask. And if you want to really know it, the results will tell you. Like, my relationship to money is what is showing up in my life. And I don't want you to get emotionally attached to it, because that's based on past decisions, beliefs, and behaviors. And in these next 5 days, we're going to give you so much information that's going to teach you how to blast past that. Okay. Now, one of the things that Bob was talking about too was the M1, M2, M3 strategy. Most people, I know I was only working the M1 strategy, where I was trading my time for money. And there's a great way to multiply that when you're creating multiple sources of income. I remember that idea was such a pie in the sky for me. That sounded great. Well, how do you do it? And Bob said, "Stick with me. I will show you, as you change your mindset, I'll show you how to do it." So, the big thing I want you guys to get out of today is that, number one, you deserve what you desire. Okay. And what is it that you're desiring right now? So really get in to start thinking about, how do you really want to live? I know Bob said that a few times. Now I'm telling you that. And I've got a great exercise for you guys that'll really get you guys springboarded right away like this. Okay. So what I'd like you to do, and I'm going to give you guys an exercise every day in these 5 days, so you can really get the most out of this week. And I don't want this to be just a great week for you. I want it to create permanent change to springboard your 2021 and beyond. But what I'd like you guys to do is, I'd like you to write a script of your life 6 months from now, the way you want to live, as you're already created financial freedom and created that quantum leap. And I want it to be specific. Really let your imagination go. Create great details. Really use emotional words, because your emotional words connects to your subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind creates 96 to 98% of our results, perceptions, and behaviors. But I don't just want you to write it out. I want you to really get in the spirit of it. Really get in. Allow yourself to take the time to really love what you wrote, and don't judge it. Really let your imagination, because when you do this, it is very creative and it's going to springboard you. And then what I'd love for you guys to do is, I'd love for you to take a picture of it and post it in the chat, and you don't have to post exactly what you're writing, just that you did it. And some of you may like to post it, because this is really going to really create great jump for everybody in this group. And so really remember, number one, make a decision from this moment on that you are going to create a massive quantum leap for yourself. Okay. And not just a quantum leap. I mean, a quantum leap towards your freedom. And as you do that, you're going to see a big jump, because once you make the decision, I promise you, it's going to be like a weight's been lifted off of you, and you're going to be so energized. All right. Well, I am going to turn it over to Mikey, and I look forward to meeting with you guys again tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Raj. And that is a powerful homework assignment that you've given everyone. I hope everyone advantage of that and puts everything into the assignment. You're going to get out of this training what you put into this training. So make sure that you put 100% in. I want to go over a couple more things. The first is that you're going to be able to find the Success Advisor intros, all of the replay videos, announcements, and homework assignments under units. So if you go to the Facebook group, you should see along the menu, a menu item that says units. Click on that and you'll see all of the really important things that you need for the training right there. So don't forget, Hub is giving you all the URL ebook. We've posted it in the live video comment section. I'm also email it out after this. Along with that will be, again, your Success Advisor. So if you still don't know who your Success Advisor is, hang tight until that email comes through in about an hour. And lastly, if you were invited to this group by a friend, which is fantastic, what you want to do is go to the welcome video that's under announcement. There's a link to register. The only way to get a Success Advisor for this week is if you actually register through the link. So if you were invited to the group by a friend and didn't come through the registration link, you're going to need to go to the registration link in order to be assigned a Success Advisor, which we want you to have for this week to make sure you get the most out of it. Now, tomorrow, Bob is going to be talking about the mind specifically. He is an absolute master on the mind and teaching people how to master their mind so that they can get the results they want in your life. It is going to be a session you do not want to miss. And I also want to thank all of you and acknowledge you. I know we have people from across the world up in the middle of the night or who have made with their work and with their other obligations to be here at this training. I want to really acknowledge you and commend you for doing so and encourage you, again, to do the homework, study the material, go back and read your notes and get the most out of this training, because if you do, you truly will take your quantum leap for 2021. It's been a pleasure. We will see you tomorrow in the Facebook group at 10 a.m. Eastern, so make sure you turn your notifications on. There's not going to be a link sent out. It'll be us going live right in the Facebook group again. We'll see you tomorrow.